wherever you found me. And of course, it might also be in the future. So wherever, whenever you are, hello. So if you're on my mailing list, you already know that I'm going to be singing a couple of songs by one of my favorite artists. What you don't know, because I didn't know, is that I'm going to start off with a song that was born in the last week. Many mornings when I'm walking, a song comes to me, and it's my joy to share them. This one has been particularly helpful in healing some personal relationships where I have a tendency to want the other party to do what I want. Who would ever have a relationship like that? And of course, that does extend into the larger world where perhaps members of different political parties, or you fill in the blank. There's always, there's always room for us to open our hearts and be more accepting. And that's what the first part of this song is about. And if you know who wrote the second part of the song, put it in the comments. And if you don't know, you'll find out because I'll let you know. Just as you are without changing a thing, just as you are, I accept you. I see you, I hear you, I welcome you in, just as you are, just as you are. Just as you are without changing a thing, just as you are, I accept you. I see you, I hear you, I welcome you in, just as you are, just as you are. Just as you are without changing a thing, just as you are, just as you are, I accept you. Just as you are, I see you, I hear you, I welcome you in, just as you are, just as you are. Just as you are without changing a thing, just as you are, just as you are, I accept you. Just as you are, I see you, I hear you, I welcome you in, just as you are, just as you are. Just as you are without changing a thing, just as you are, just as you are, I accept you. Just as you are, I see you, I hear you, I welcome you in, just as you are, just as you are. It's not far to another heart. It's not far to another heart. You can hear it if you listen hard. It's not far. It's not far. It's not far to another's eyes. It's not far to another's eyes. You can see through them if you try. It's not far. It's not far. It's not far to another land. It's not far to another land. If you walk there, then you might understand that it's not far. It's not far. It's not far to the other side. It's not far to the other side. Yes, you can build a bridge You can swim there if you like. It's not far. It's not far. It's not far to another heart. It's not far to another heart. You just reach out from where you are. Oh, it's not far. It's not far. It's not far. It's not far. So there's a song by me sort of surgically attached to a song by one of my favorite, top 3 to 5 favorite songwriters in the world. And I appreciate Michael and Aunt Fee already tuning in and dropping a comment to let me know you're on the other side of this camera. I appreciate that. Does anybody have any guesses who that songwriter is, who wrote that song, It's Not Far? I don't see any guesses yet, so I'm going to stop being difficult and tell you that it's a song by Peter Mayer. Peter Mayer, wow, cue, like massive, the wave. This is the time when everybody stands up and does the wave. Man's songwriting, his tenderness, his scientific and spiritual outlook, just the lyrics alone, just the heart behind the lyrics alone move me nearly every song. But then his musicianship and his voice and his guitar work, I definitely encourage. If you're not already familiar with Peter Mayer's work, run, do not walk to petermayer.net. Actually, there's no running or walking involved. You just do your fingers, you run your fingers. And what I really love is the humanity that's present in every song he writes. There are questions, and there are proposed solutions, and there are musings, and it just feels so very much like what my experience is. He has this song called Holy Now. Everything is holy now. That marks the journey between having grown up with a religious, dogmatic perspective of the world that basically presents what is holy as being specific to maybe a couple of hours on one day, or one specific scripture, to having evolved and developed a worldview where I recognize the divine in everything. And that means in myself, obviously in my children, in the easy places, but also in the challenging places, which is so important for me right now, to recognize the divine and the potential for something even better to come through the difficult times. And I don't know about you, but this is the kind of year where that worldview is super helpful for me. So Holy Now by Peter Mayer. Check it out if you haven't heard it. It looks like Mary Lamb Sheldon knows what I'm talking about. The man is a beautiful writer. And here is another song I recorded at a different occasion so I could put lyrics up so you can hear what I'm singing while I'm singing. Check this out. It's called All the World Is One by Peter Mayer. You can say that you stand apart, build a fence around your yard. You can build a tall rampart and guard everything. You can dig yourself a moat, burn the bridge and burn the boat. It won't matter that much, 'cause all the world is one. All the world is one. You can march in a big parade every Independence Day. You can raise up your own flag and sing your own anthem. It'll ring out in the air with all the other anthems there. While the winds of the earth declare that all the world is one. All the world is one. Who has to put up while he's sitting shepherd when he's standing up on the moon, staring at this bird. Asking at him in the breath you take. Ask the water by the river bank. Ask us where the DNA is written in our blood. There's one life running through our veins. There's one life and one big bang. You can try to separate it, but all the world is one. Yeah, all the world is one. Who asked the Buddha when he's sitting under a tree? Ask can he do it when she's up on TV3? Ask Alan Shepherd when he's standing up on the moon, staring at this bird. You can take an outbound train and try to make a getaway. You can ride up like John Wayne into the setting sun. The earthlings don't leave town, we just go round and round. Someday we're gonna figure out that whole world is one. Whole world is one. All this world is one. So I want to thank my dear friend Will for tuning in. Sherry, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And Arana says that the sound on the last video was too low. If anybody else is having that experience, let me know in the comments, please, so that I can work on that between now and next week in case I want to share a video for something else. Thank you for the feedback. Also, I want to let you know that next week, Sunday at 3, I'm going to be visited by a wonderful presence, a woman named Abby Madden, who is making beautiful music and doing important things in our community. So join in then and hear what we cook up. And at the end of this month, the last Sunday of this month, I'm going to play some songs, share some songs from my songbook, the Good Morning Melodies, which you can find on my website, which is right here. Yeah, there is my website. In the meantime, take care, be well, find joy in this beautiful weather. If you're in a place where you're in harm's way, know that I love you and that there's so much love and support for you in the world. And we'll get through this together. Somehow we will get through this crazy, crazy year together. You guys, I'll see you soon.